Good morning, self-storage ninjas. Okay, so today is a really, really great episode, if I do say so myself. I wanted to go through Big Yellow's figures and on my newsletter, basically. So it's my newsletter's out today, talks about Big Yellow's figures and gives my opinion on it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. This is self-storage porn at its finest. I use that term all the time. But for me, this is self-storage porn. Honestly, it is. I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I spent way longer than I have on any other newsletter that I've done so far because I just love the figures. And I'm going to go through them here. I wasn't going to do a podcast on this today. I was going to do something else. But I thought, what the hell? Let's do a podcast about this so I can react in my own way rather than just a written word, because I don't know if you've noticed, I'm dyslexic. My grammar's terrible. And I can't really get my point across very well in the written format. So hopefully I can do a better job in speaking. And some people are listening thinking, what? You're better at speaking than you are at writing? Holy hell, Jesus Christ, unlucky for you. Yeah, that's true. Right, so if you don't know, by the way, my newsletter is called MrSelfStorage.com. Sign up there, send it daily, Monday to Friday, and we seem to have a really, really, really good reviews on it. Right. if I do say so. Right, I'm only going on what everybody said. We're getting 91% saying it's fucking awesome. So I'm over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon. Right, let's dive in then. These are the financial metrics for quarter ending the 30th of June. So it's quarter one, the way they do it. So, but it's ending June 30th. So it's May, June, April, May, and June. They're the 3 months we're focusing on here. And it's what you expect. But when we have a closer look at it, I think there's massive takeaways, and it challenges the limiting beliefs that I believe that I have got and so many other self-storage owners have got. And it's just, I don't know if you can tell, but it's put a real buzz in my step. It's lit a fire underneath me because I know if you do things the right way, occupancy, yeah, matters. However, there's other factors that drive revenue and drive profit. It's not, oh no, occupancy's down, therefore turnover's down, therefore profit's down. No. Big Yellow don't take that approach, and nor should me, I, or you. Right, let's dive in then. I'm just going to shove a whole lot of figures at you. And if you want more, well, you can't really go over to MrSelfStorage.com because the newsletter's already been sent this morning at just before 7. Right, so total revenue for the quarter. So this is just for the quarter, April, May, and June. In 2022, it was 45.1. In 2023, it was 48.1. So the increase was 6.7%. So it's not massive. It's not massive. However, when you consider that we've had occupancy decreasing, then and the cost of living going up, etc., I think this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm blown away. I am blown away by the figures. Occupancy's gone down. There's a crisis, whether we're in a recession or not. The revenue's still gone up. The revenue has gone up, even the occupancy's down. And not just a little bit as well, 6.7%. The revenue management, my friends, is on point. Like for like store revenue. So again, it's mirrored of the above. 2023, 47 million. 2022 is 44.6. So it's an increase of 5.4%, which is consistent. Right, store metrics. This is, again, something that I really love. Store maximum lettable areas. So MLA. In 2022, it was 6,152,000. In 2023, it was 6,416,000. So it's an increase of 4%. Now, what does this tell you? It tells me that Big Yellow are still increasing their lettable area, obviously. So number one, it tells me that their goals haven't changed. They still, even though occupancy's gone down, they still are making big bets on this industry. They've increased their MLA by 4% in a recession. I'm saying recession because I don't actually know if we're in a recession or not. I read different reports. Some people say we are. So what is it? The official? I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I'm terrible at current events and stuff. I tend to look at myself and my growth more. But if we're in a recession or not, it's not a great time for the economy. Yet Big Yellow are making a bet, and it's a sizable bet of a 300,000 MLA increase, or just under 300,000. I think that's huge. In this time, in this era, when occupancy is down, it's telling you that the long-term growth of this industry, Big Yellow are bullish on. And if Big Yellow are bullish on it, then we should be bullish on it, because they'll have much more metrics, much more information that analysts, etc., on the market, on the economy than I will ever have. I'm not saying you, because who knows who you are, but they'll have more information than me. They'll have more data points. And therefore, if they are bullish on the long-term growth, then we should be all bullish as well. So, I love it. Right, closing occupancy. Maybe should have led with this, because everything that I'm talking about, I'm focusing back to closing occupancy. Right, in 2022, it was 5,320,000 square foot. That was the occupancy. In 2023, same time of the year, it was 5,255,000. So it's down 1%. It's not a massive amount, but it's down nevertheless. Obviously, this is down to the COVID bump we had. We had all them people moving in during COVID, and then we've had all these people moving out at some time or another. So the occupancy is down. It's not something that I'm massively worried about now. When I look at Big Yellows, it's a 1% change. And if this is a tough time for storage, and we've had a 1% decrease in occupancy, fuck me, sign me up, baby, because this is incredible. I don't think enough has been made about these figures. I think these are, me personally, I think these are incredible. And maybe it's because I always look at I'm a half full type of guy, but I'm so bullish about the future of storage. This is what people have been saying. So where's time for 10 years, etc. Big Yellow down 1%. 1%. But their revenue is up 6.7%. Oh, yeah. Terrible time. If this is the worst time for our industry, fuck me. Sorry, I'm swearing loads. Well, no, I'm not. I think this is incredible. It's self-storage porn. People are complaining like it's the worst thing that's happened to the industry in God knows how long. Yes, it might be going through a bad patch, but a bad patch for self-storage isn't a bad patch for other industries. This is phenomenal. There is other industries who would absolutely kill for a decrease in occupancy of 1%, but an increase of 6.7% in revenue. I think it's absolutely bonkers. And I don't think enough has been made about this either. I think this is, I said it all. Right, occupancy growth in this quarter. So in 2023, it was 167,000. 2022, it was 174. So yeah, it's a little bit down, 4% down, but again, same as above. The revenue's still up. The revenue has to trump everything. The revenue trumps everything. The occupancy growth might be down. The occupancy might be down. But if this is a bad time for self-storage, holy moly, what an industry we are in. Right, closing occupancy. Now, this is an interesting one. I had to do a little bit more of a deep dive in this just to challenge my assumptions and where my assumptions came from. So closing occupancy. From what I can gather, this is average store. So 2023, it's closing at 81.9%. 2022, it closed at 86.5%. So it's down 4.6%. So that's quite a substantial decrease. And I was like, well, why? I don't get it. Because if the closing occupancy site on site is, So I'm just reading the next part. So if the closing occupancy on the sites has gone down like 4.6%, how come the overall occupancy has only gone down 1%? What the hell has happened here? And so I did a little bit of a deep dive and I had a look at Big Yellow and what they've been doing, etc. And it's telling me, the wife's ringing me because I'm only supposed to do a little bit of work in the morning before everybody gets up, and everybody's up now. So it's telling me here that, so from what the wife ringing me scared me. It sent me all discombobulated. I love that word. Discombobulated. I'm going to say it one more time. Discombobulated. Because I've got it vibrating in my pocket here. I've got it vibrating in my watch. Wife phoning. Jesus. Right. So what what has actually happened then? So why is it down 4.6%? And so I had a look, and there's two other reasons. Number one, new sites. So that takes into consideration new sites. When you first open up a site, you've got 0%. And it takes into consideration Armadillo as well. Now, I don't know about the Armadillo results. I don't know about how Armadillo is doing, but I would suggest that probably the reason why Armadillo was Armadillo in the first place is because it was, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, but this is what I've been told, that there wasn't quite the same standard of Big Yellow. They weren't sited quite in the same positions as Big Yellow. So there was like a secondary site. Armadillos was always secondary. Big Yellows was always a primary. And now it's been amalgamated into one. So on that basis, the only thing I can read into it is that the Armadillo sites aren't as good as the Big Yellow sites. Therefore, the occupancy won't be as good, won't be as strong. So I'm thinking here that the reason the occupancy of average sites overall is because, one, new sites. I think that has got to have the biggest impact because we know there's been new sites. And number two, it has to be something to do with Armadillo as well. So that is why. And there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. And that is the only thing that is reported and I can think of. But if we now look down to the next one, Big Yellow stores like for like closing occupancy. So don't forget, the Armadillo sites won't be in there. I don't think they'll be in there. And the new sites won't be in there either. And so we have a look at this. It's more in line with the overall occupancy. As you can see, I think this is fucking gold. I love it. I absolutely love it. 2022, it was 86.7%. 2023, it was 85.2%. So there hasn't been the big decrease in the occupancy, on the closing occupancy. It was 4.6% down was a closing occupancy, 81.9 versus 86.5. And on this one, like for like sites, it's down 1.5%. So that for me says that I'm correcting my assumptions and blaming Armadillo and blaming new sites. God damn you, Armadillo. And so, yeah, that's where it must be. It must be. Now, here's the last two bits of it. Yeah, last two bits. Average achieved net rent per square foot. 2020. I mean, obviously, we know it has to be an increase because the revenue has increased. So therefore, it's got to be somewhere. And so 2022, 29.99. I tell you what, they must be pissed with that. 22.99. Where's the 30? Just one extra pence to be 30. 2023 is 32.74. So it's gone up 9%. It's incredible. And I've realized this month in particular. My big job this quarter, obviously, apart from getting Mansfield open, my big job this quarter was to increase my revenue and do correct revenue management. And small little tweaks when you have a number of sites make a massive difference. We've increased our revenue this month, £7,000. And the occupancy is stabilized. Just a small tweaks here and there have made £7,000 difference to me. That's £84,000 straight to the bottom line. It is incredible, incredible small tweaks you can make when you have such a massive juggernaut as big as Big Yellow. It is huge, is Big Yellow. And so a small tweak here and there will make a massive difference. I love it. I mean, it's so exciting. It must be, I tell you what, it must be amazing going to work in the big boy office at Big Yellow and making these small adjustments and not seeing it affect occupancy, but seeing it massively increase your net revenue per square foot. Bloody crazy. So change plus 9%. So that was average achieved net rent per square foot. Now the closing net rent achieved per square foot was something similar as well. Not much difference. 2022 was 30.33. 2023 was 32.88. So it was a change of 8%. Again, I think this is incredible work by Big Yellow in a very, very difficult economic climates. And they've navigated these waters impressively, so impressively, super impressive. And like I said, I don't think enough's been made about these figures. And it might be the same for all big companies. I haven't had the quarterly figures for SafeStore, etc. yet. But no doubt when I do, I'll be having the afternoon off and just going through them and thinking, why is this? Why is that? What have I done? Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this deep dive. I'm going to go in and make the kids breakfast. I have bloody loved it. 15 minutes of me just having a great time. This is, forget Saturday nights on the piss. This is my time. This is me having a wonderful time. I've really enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys have as well, but if you listen to something about self-storage podcasts, then surely these sort of figures interest you. Right. Thank you very much. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys. There's something wrong with my camera, you know. My camera never used to be this pixelated. It's supposed to be a HD logistic whatever camera. Anyway. Oh my bloody hell. Yeah. It's terrible. I mean, unless I really do look like this. I don't know. Right. That's for a podcast for another day. Right. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you soon.